All right. So yeah, like I said, um, me, I'm just a perfectionist. So there's a way I like to talk on here and a way I like to go about doing my shows. So don't mind me because it's my own thing. Um, but yeah, like I said, like I said, you got the one guy that all he did was sit there and talk about Tesla. He's sitting there talking about like shoulder shrugs and rhomboids, and it's like, dude, you're just not making any sense, bro. Like, I don't know why do you people expect me to agree with your nonsense and your delusion? Like, you're saying things that make no sense. The man is in front of you setting world records and breaking his own world records. The man did 152 pull-ups, and these narcs are so lost and so delusional that they're still sitting there talking nonsense. Like I said, it's kind of common sense. If you take phone calls from an illegal organization that's an underground organization, right, that their name shows that all they do is hate, right? Why would you think that's not illegal for any company, any entity, any person? I don't understand that. And why would you think that a lawyer can't request to get the records of those phone calls where we can actually hear them? Do you understand how much documented evidence I have? It doesn't care. It's not about how much, it's about the quality of the evidence. I have concrete evidence and proof of every claim I make and anything that I state on here, and any lawsuit that I'm telling you I'm filing is going to be filed. It's guaranteed, no matter what. And these organizations, right, like the FBI, CIA, whatever, their job and it's their obligation and responsibility, because I've made this a public issue. I've already put out some of the channel names. Okay. They should have all this documented, all of them. I've given these people the names. They should have everything documented. So there's no excuse, right? It's just a failure to do their job because they don't want to. And that's weird because it shows the hypocrisy in your society, and it shows, right, that basically, I mean, everybody is corrupt. Everybody's corrupt and they all have to be in on it because that's the only way that it would be going the way it's going. You understand? If it wasn't corrupt and you weren't in a corrupt country and nation that picks and selects what it wants to do, meaning that it literally targets innocent civilians like me, right? If that wasn't the case, it wouldn't be going this way. It's just that simple. You feel me? It'd be going a whole different way, common sense, because they would have done their job. Like, I've given enough evidence publicly. There's people who have my channels who have, I wouldn't say authority, but they have the ability to do their job, right? They don't. They just sit there. So I don't understand why everyone is doing things that are hypocritical and then acting like you're supposed to be respected or rewarded for it. You don't get rewarded for hypocrisy. Society is basically going to, not deal with you, right? And this society, what it should do is shun hypocrisy. They get away from it and they get away from you, and they basically, like, say, we're not going to deal with you. I'm just saying, bro. I mean, you all really act like you make sense. Like I said, you're convenient. One minute it's, oh, I want to help. Ain't none of y'all helping. I never asked none of you for help. I asked for normal decency of people working together. And since none of you want to do that, oh, cool, no problem. Because I've been doing it on my own since day one. It's just me, God, and me and Christina. That's it. Me, God, and Christina. It's me and Christina versus the world. Has been since day one. If you notice, I ain't even had nobody mess with my bike, right? Like I said, dude doesn't even answer. Like, I mean, I just don't get that. How you see how important it is. This is my whole career and this is what I do. And literally, I got to have these bikes rolling right so that I can, do what I need to do. And then it just, none of it makes any sense. Then you're talking about the bat cycle that I put $1,300 into, that I should take it over somewhere that we already know that those people were weird and they were jealous and they were cowards about it, and what they said, everything they did was cowardly. They weren't on nothing, right? So it's like, see right there, that comes off as sketchy. That don't make no sense. Like I said, and then I answered the bat cycle ain't going nowhere, and then all of a sudden we ain't talking. All I said is, I mean, it's just delusional to say that shrugging your shoulders is going to get you anywhere. I mean, that's not going to build muscle. You can shrug your shoulders all day. You could talk about posture, but there's nothing wrong with my posture. Like, I stand up the right way. I stand up in an athletic stance you don't ever stand straight up. Ever. If you stand straight up, there's going to be a lot of back issues for you because it's more weight. I don't know what y'all are talking about when they tell you them lies about, oh, if you stand up straight, it takes the weight off, it makes you lighter. Nah, no, I could test it right now. Look, if I stand up all the way straight, bro, that's a lot heavier. That feels like so much weight. That's so hard to move and walk. Like that makes everything harder. Literally, that's half the thing y'all don't get is like I'm already ahead of you. When people do martial arts, do they stand up straight or do they start crouching and get as low as possible for leverage? They get low for leverage. I'm telling you right now, these narcs have built a world of nonsense and lies and delusion. They've been teaching y'all everything wrong. If you really do your history, Tartaria was the great society that was here. They were the real civilization, the original civilization. Okay, Tartaria was it, and they had technology that we don't have. Okay, I'm actually researching it and learning it. I'm already learning. I'm such a genius. I'm learning how to do it, but it's just the elements that it is comprised of and that they use. It's so weird because this world teaches and this society teaches that you can't even get near those elements, much less much less touch those elements. So it doesn't make any sense. You're saying that you can't even touch these elements and that they're whatever. But yet what I'm seeing videos on and what I'm hearing is that you could basically have electricity for an entire Tartarian city off of just a little bit of a certain element. I'm not going to say what it is. Y'all don't get game for free. That's crazy, man. They said it's with what is it? Like a copper whatever you call it, like an electrode type thing, a cathode, I believe is what it's called. They said that's all you need, copper cathode and that element. And you're talking about electricity enough to, have lights for an entire city. Meaning what? Free energy. I already discovered free energy. See what I'm saying? While you people are sitting here sleeping on me, I told you I will build my own city. I want to build my own city. I can build an entire nation and rule it. Literally, I can build anything I want that I want to do. Like I told Christina, and she believes in me and told me she believes in me. Anything I want to do, I set my mind to, I can get it done. I could build my own city, bro. Real talk, and figure out how to create that where we don't need electricity. The people who've talked about this in the past, the people who were the whistleblowers, anybody who's figured out any of these things, we all know what's happened. It's common sense. But see, they can't do it with me. I already went through all that. You see, I'm someone I get to push my weight around. That's the funnest part of being me is I get to do and say what I want because I stood up to Illuminati and the government and all the Masons a long time ago and defeated them. So I get to push my weight around. I get to tell them how it works. That's why they mad. They mad because YouTube is a Freemason owned platform. We know where we at. Yeah. Yeah. We in what you own and you're supposed to run. But yet who broke the algorithm? Was it PewDiePie? Nope. Batman. Batman's already broke the algorithm. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. That's why every video I get, how many views do all my shorts do now? Like 1,000 to 2,000, right? Consistent. I have consistent. Why? Because consistency is key. These are all things you can't teach. They got to ask themselves, how did I do it? There's people on YouTube right now saying they have 21.5 thousand subs. It's impossible. You're lying, right? So if you're monetized, that's illegal. So if you get any payments from YouTube, right, which again, we all know what Google was ruled in a court of law. If you do receive any payments from monetization from YouTube, when I take this case to court, to Supreme Court, and it's a federal lawsuit, right? They're going to have to, I mean, you're going to have to pay all that money back. And then it's going to be a whole investigation, common sense, that they're going to have to figure out how is there a criminal enterprise that was being run through YouTube? Common sense. So keep it up, YouTube. Keep paying people who clearly bought their subs and views. Because, like I said, why would people have that many subs if they haven't outdone me? I could show you all the channels right now. These are people who literally are in these sectors and are nobodies claiming they got fake businesses and begging for money, right? And then, like I said, I've already exposed them for what they've done and they belong in jail. Why are they not locked up? So don't tell me these states and people care. It's just like Georgia. Georgia doesn't care about humans or anybody. Georgia cares about its own selfish interests. That's why it's one of the most corrupt states there is. See, everything that you're supposed to go to jail for and get locked up for, everybody's getting away with. But when it comes to innocent people who are doing nothing, right, they end up getting locked up and going to jail over nonsense. Can you imagine that? That's a tyrannical nation, bro. You understand? Like I said, that's why I do what I do to make sure that we restore order and justice in this world, on this planet, and in the court system, the system of injustice, because they don't serve justice, they serve injustice, and all they do is lie. Why do you think the Austin Metcalf thing was able to happen? The Austin Metcalf thing was able to happen because of the dichotomy in this country that's set up by these underground illegal organizations. They have funded this guy who did what he did to Austin Metcalf. They've given him over $250,000 already. I'm sure it's way more than that by now, probably over 1 million. He shows up to court in a brand new suit, okay, that only money can buy, right? And you know, I don't think he's going to be able to like keep all the money. Then I heard a rumor online that supposedly he bought a vehicle with the money, which is really dumb, but would make sense. You know, with him, he would do that, and you know, that's what the people in his group tend to do: throw away money on nonsense, right? But my whole point is, I mean, you're telling me that they paid this man, and you can't see what's going on? How come there wasn't a full investigation as to if they put him up to it? How come that didn't happen? Why was there not a full investigation done as to did somebody send him? Was it an actual, you know what? Did somebody send him and put a battery in his back or even pay him or offer him money to do what he did to Austin Metcalf? Austin Metcalf was conveniently the top dog, kind of like me. See the weird part? Austin Metcalf was a figure within his community. Austin Metcalf was basically, they said, the symbol of what anyone would want to be, kind of like me. You're starting to get the drift. I don't think it was a coincidence. And I think it's weird that the family didn't bring that up. There should be a full investigation launched, common sense, to figure out, did somebody pay him to do that? Because why was the funding so immediate and quick? Just because it got publicized, and who is the organization and group, and who are the people and the actual names? I would love to know the exact individuals who are funding domestic you know what in this country, because that's exactly what the Austin Metcalf incident was. At a track meet, the dude had no business having what he had on him in the track meet in the first place. And you're going to reward him and pay him, but you're not against people who look like me and my group? Boy, stop it. But you got these people, they ain't worried about that. They worried about all these other communities, right? Who can't even figure out if they're a man or a woman or what they want to be or if they're a furry doll. Okay, they don't know if they're a fox or a squirrel now. That's a joke, but I mean, it's the truth. You know, they're very confused, right? So it's just ridiculous. It's been ridiculous. Um, I've never seen anything like it, man. The new age world is just a joke. The fact that you all think that you're going to push your weight around with your nonsense and your lies and delusion, though, is just hilarious. Because everything you do, like I said, is dancing around the issue. You know, none of them are direct. They don't know how to be direct. They're not aggressive. All they do is just, it's passive aggressiveness. That's basically what I've noticed what this society teaches. And then you wonder why you got all these fake trolls on here and this weird stuff that I have nothing to do with and don't deal with them. And they're mad because I don't have to, because you don't run anything. You run your mouth. You see the point? See, the thing is, everybody's swearing up and down that they gangsta and they G tough and then this and that, but yet nobody's done anything towards me or my direction at all. Have you noticed that? And I walk everywhere dolo. I do what I want to do. I've got actual whole task force that have been sent to try to stop me from doing anything. Right. And they're talking about these same things that I've been through this whole time. I mean, every day I've been through it, right? The whole time, and yet somehow I've overcame. But they're talking about these other people pretending as if they went through anything, but they're the ones who were doing whatever they were doing towards others, and they're all doing illegal activity. So isn't that just karma? So you're going through everything that you deserve, that you earned, that you created, because what you put out, you get back, right? But me, I'm an actual, true, innocent person. See what I'm saying? Never done anything wrong to nobody ever, not online, not offline. I help people and I take care of people. So it's like what you put out, you get back. I get good things coming to me, blessings, people want to support me, donations. I expect all these things because I've done so much for everyone else. That's not made up. I mean, I've got receipts. I just don't need to keep saying it and going over it. See my point? So it's like, you know, I've overcame Tons of that. Tons of different things, tons of nonsense. I mean, I stood up to everyone a long time ago, years ago, and then people tried to paint me some way for standing up for myself, knowing that I was in the right. People tried to literally slander my name and use me winning and then turn that around and then use that as a catalyst to try to run a smear campaign and try to slander my name as if there was any point. What was the point? Just because I speak publicly? So you think it's all about what people say? No, it's about your real reputation. Your reputation precedes you. It's going to stand for itself. It's going to stand, it stands alone. See, people can make up whatever, say my name. You ain't talking about me. My reputation is completely solidified and 100% good A-OK because people either really know me in reality or what they don't know me, but they know a little bit about me and what I do, or they don't deal with me and they're irrelevant. I don't care about people's opinion who I don't deal with on a day-to-day basis. And guess what? I don't deal with nobody on a day-to-day basis. Only person I talk to every day pretty much is Christina. The rest of you, I don't talk to you. I don't deal with you. I don't. For what? Feel me? Like I said, these people get on here, they think that you owe them something. You got your priorities all messed up. Like I said, God made Batman. I'm Batman. If I'm, you know, if I'm immortal, right? And I'm Batman and I've gotten this far and all these things, who's to say that God won't carry me forever? Because I mean, regardless, he is going to carry me forever. So it's like, why should I really be scared or approach things with fear? Even though a lot of these things have been scary. I mean, all of it, there's things that scare me all the time with what I'm going through, but I have to keep pressing forward. But the point is, he made me practically indestructible and invincible right in front of you, and it's been proven to the public. It doesn't mean that it's easy. None of this is easy. It's been the hardest walk ever. I mean, I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. There's nobody who could walk in my shoes any day. Every day is much harder for me than anyone because of what I've been through and what was done to me again when these people made their phone calls to Seton Hospital. You created Batman with your illegal activity and the things that you've done that you want to cover up, and I won't allow you to. And that's the thing. All I got to do is speak. It's like Tom Cruise in Minority Report. How are you going to make me be quiet now? See the point? No, no, no. I want everyone to be remembered for what they did towards me. I want it to be remembered what they did to me. You understand? Yeah, these people made phone calls to Seton Hospital, and what I talked about happened to me happened because of them. Yeah. And all of those people are responsible, and I'm filing lawsuits. You understand? It doesn't matter when it happens. I don't care about statutes. All I care about is the truth coming out. I will talk about this publicly forever. You understand? Because the world is listening and the world knows the truth. It's not about courtroom justice. It's about exposing the facts and the truth and leaving them exposed for the whole world to see that, these doctors ain't no good. They don't care about us. They don't take care of us. You all want to talk about dentists, but dentists don't do nothing for us. Do you understand the statistics on those people? Because they know what they're doing to people. You understand that those are not good people? So why do you say to go to them when they've never helped anyone? In fact, they're who create all the problems. Seriously. Yeah, those two right there, they're who create all the problems for people, bro. Like, you need to do your research, bro, and figure out, look up the stats for hospitals and what happens in hospitals. Literally, look up the stats, bro. Get real with yourself. So my whole point is, when you're worried about money and how much money someone else has and you're worried about other people, worry about you. All y'all are poor and impoverished. You're in dilapidated circumstances. You're doing horrible. You may have little basic stuff, but you don't have none of the major stuff. The major stuff matters more. That's what you don't get. The major stuff takes real hustle. The basic stuff, you get a couple of bucks, you okay. You gonna take care of that. See my point? You ain't making no sense. You got your priorities messed up. You worried about money and you not understand God just created a real Batman in front of you that don't need nothing to survive, nothing to keep going, nothing. Don't need nothing to keep moving and do what he does. Nothing. I need nothing. If I had nothing, I'm still able to have the grit and willpower and determination. And I do it every day, no matter what I got, no matter what's going on around me, no matter what I'm going through, no matter what's going on with me. I get up and I go. I move. And I'm Batman and I do the real thing. If you don't respect that, you don't respect yourself. All these people want to talk to me. There's no more talking involved because all y'all delusional. Not to me. It's not my opinion. I'm telling you the truth. When you want to talk to me like I'm still a human being after what you people did to me, and act like you gonna cover it up or pretend, or all these other strangers or people who don't really know me or don't know what I've been through, acting like they gonna talk to me like I'm a human being like them. That's funny to me, bro. Y'all lost. You delusional, bro. You're talking to somebody who operates like a ghost. You're talking to a ghost, bro. You're talking to somebody who overcame something that's not possible to overcome. You're talking to someone that I don't even know how I'm able to stand in front of you and breathe, how I'm doing what I'm doing. I have no idea, bro. That's what people don't get. I'm a conundrum to myself. I'm an enigma, bro. I have no idea how I'm here. I have no idea how I've made it this far. I don't. The only answer I have is God. Christina knows, because Christina has seen what happens. Christina's a witness to everything, and she can testify in court to everything. She knows that, like, I'm strong as hell, just like she is. We're identical. We're not different. We're not opposite. We're identical. We were made for each other. That's my whole point. Like, once we get together in person, physically in person, it's going to be so much easier, because it's easier to talk in person when you're looking at someone. It's not this fake internet stuff. Texting is always gets causes confusion. It's just it's not as good as talking, and especially in person, face to face. We're good. We're happy. We're straight. Everything is great with Christina, and I'm very happy and proud about it. And she puts me in a good mood. I put her in a good mood. So, like I said, to the rest of you, I mean, like I said, you worried about money, and you got an immortal Batman running around the streets. I mean, at least supposedly an immortal Batman. This is what God told me. You got an immortal Batman running around the streets, and you worried about how much money people got. What if that Batman outlasts all y'all? Did you ever think about that? What if that happens? God tells me everything, man. Real talk. I'm a prophet. I'm way ahead of my time. What if Batman outlasts all y'all? What if Batman is here for 400 or 500 years plus? How do you know? Do you understand that this is a realm controlled by thoughts? Do you understand that if you approach the collective consciousness like I have and you challenge it, I believe that you can have enough power in this reality through your mind, through the thought realm, that you can dictate your own fate, which I think has a lot to do with what I've done through God. Don't get me wrong. I give all credit to God. I could not do it without God. But I still believe that, God operates in the mind, operates through your mind. God has a lot to do with your thoughts, yes, and your mind and your power and your self empowerment, who you are, your soul. All that is connected: soul, mind, body, spirit, right? So I think it has a lot to do with what I did. I think it has a lot to do with the only reason that that I'm able to make it this far, and that I'm still here and still around and still talking to y'all, because, like I said, of sheer willpower and grit and determination. Because I refuse to give up, because I love life and I have a lot I want to accomplish here. I have too much I want to do, so I refuse to give up on that, no matter what. Doesn't matter what I go through, what happens to me. I'm going to give all of my every fiber of my being to stick around here, because I want to make sure that I fulfill every purpose that God sent me to this planet to do. I've helped tons of people. I've saved lives. I've changed lives for the better, and I have a lot more of that to do here, and that's what I plan to do. That's the only reason I made it this far, because of love, not for me, for other people, like Christina, right? She's, the number one to me always. So I'm just saying, you approach the collective consciousness and you say, no, my mind is more powerful than all of you peon peasants, which is what I'm saying and the truth. You'll have more power over reality than them. That means you can open up different tangents and waves of reality, which, again, God has already told me I have. These downloads tell me. They told me I already did. I opened up new timelines. I'm quantum leaping in front of your face, and y'all don't get it. I'm not just winning in this dimension. I'm winning in every dimension. There's a lot of dimensions, buddy. They tell me all this. All these downloads, like I said, it never quits talking to me. It talks through downloads, it talks through signs, synchronicities, and numerology numbers. I get number codes, I get signs, I get everything. YouTube even is part of it. So what are you talking about? I'm telling you, that's what it said. So it's like, I'm opening up new timelines, I'm jumping timelines, and the thing you don't understand is that's why I'm so people should really take after me as a role model, because I didn't just say, "Hey, I'm going to dress up as Batman," or "I want to be Batman. It's a goal. I'm not here looking cute." No, I said, "I am Batman. I know who I am. This is my purpose in life." Right? So it's like that's all I keep hearing and all they teach us, all that I've ever learned. And this is why I knew how to do it. I talked about it up there in Minneapolis. I did a video talking about it. I said, everything respects purpose. Remember? KRS-One talked about it. Everything respects purpose. When you're on your purpose, if you know your purpose and you're aligned with it, they can't touch you. There's nothing they can do to you because everything in this universe respects purpose. And I have a real purpose. That's what people don't get. The only reason why I'm still walking and able to keep moving in this realm is because of my purpose. So in a way, it's like I have this relationship with the world and the public and people that the only reason I'm able to still be here and do these things is because through other people, through all of you, through everybody's life force. So I can't help but be thankful and grateful. I can't help but have a good attitude towards people. What's wrong? And this is what I'm going to start doing. I'm going to start asking the public and asking everyone to donate since I never have. What's wrong with that? Isn't that being a human? You see, you people are narcs. You've gotten so far away from being human, and then you wonder why I can't stand you. It's not because I got hate in my heart like you. I have nothing but love in my heart, pure love for everybody. It's the fact that you've gotten so far away from being human. How do you expect to operate, bro? You're the enemy, bro. It's that simple. Y'all after money and talking about money and this and that and what you got, and you see me, I have everything, and you have nothing. Why? Because God provides. You have to stand in love, bro. This is about coming back to a society that believes in love, because that's what God is, love, the real God. That's not just talking about, oh, read your Bible all the time and then chase money. That's all y'all do. All y'all that talk about reading that Bible, all you do is chase money. Come on, bro. The same hypocrite who was talking about the other day about, oh, the Bible, and I told him, bro, I don't believe that nonsense, bro. Like, come on, bro. I'm not in your boat. You're always struggling. I don't care what y'all say or how you think or how you feel. It's the truth. The dude's always struggling, always in the same boat, doesn't even have anything to eat. Like, bro, you can't be serious, bro. How are you gonna give me advice? Do you know what I've done in front of you? You know how much money I've made since then? And like I said, you was trying to like tell me what I'm gonna do with my business and who I am in my life, right? And I told you, hell no, right? Remember what you was doing? You was actually trying to manipulate, like, cause oh, you need something. I don't care. You don't get nothing with that attitude. You got the wrong attitude, brother. Like I said, you can go read your Bible all day. That ain't gonna get you no food. That ain't gonna get you by. That ain't gonna get you nothing. I'm telling you straight up. You know what's gonna get you something? Believing in the real God. God is not a book. I don't care what y'all say. God is not a book. Okay, there's tons of people that use that book for evil. I don't care what y'all talking about. Okay, and I'm not saying the Bible is all bad. It has a purpose. It's all good. It's okay. It's nothing wrong with it. But when you all say the things you say, it's so hypocritical. How are you going to tell me anything, bro? I'm telling you what's going on in reality. I didn't ask you for advice. You see how people start getting off on the wrong leg and foot and saying things that make no sense? How the hell am I going to ask someone for advice that's been begging since day one? I've never seen any of these dudes have nothing. All these dudes that are mad at me or feel offended or whatever they saying, ain't none of them ever got nothing. They're the most poor people I've ever seen. Always. And the whole time you're poor and got nothing and you inconsistent and y'all got support system, y'all got families, y'all got tons of people helping you, working together, and y'all still can't make no money, bro. Y'all sad, bro. That's sad. Real talk. That's sad. It's sad, bro. Like real talk, bro. I can't believe it, man. Just looking at y'all, man. Like I'm just saying, I never thought I would see the day. Like, why would that is just crazy to me, bro. I mean, like grown men talking about roll your shoulders to a guy who's doing 152 pull-ups. And it's the same people who told me, yeah, I got people want to do your workout routine. We're gonna do it for 25 bucks. What happened with that? Did that ever happen? See, I'm just saying the truth, man. I don't like when people talk fake stuff. I don't like people talking hot air. Who does? And that's what people do. You know exactly what they call that, man. Come on, bro. Like that's a what artist. That's a scammer, and that's just people who just talk hot air. They talk about things that they not about and can't back up and don't exist. Right? Like I said, that's what needs to happen. The reason why I can't build the fitness business the right way is because none of y'all want to participate in anything. Not because I'm doing nothing wrong. Y'all just don't know how to do business. This is a site for e-commerce. Everything online is for e-commerce. Y'all don't know how to do commerce because commerce requires being humble enough to participate and have fun. Y'all don't know how to listen to music no more. Y'all just don't know how to have fun. You don't know how to live. You don't know how to do anything. And that's your personal problem. Keep it over there. That's why I don't care. I don't need any of you to do what I do. I figure out a way, like I said, once this next month comes around, my whole business is going to be rolling. I should be able to get everything going the right way. And y'all are going to be mad as hell. That check's already at 140, man. I mean, are you serious? I mean, that means, I think it's pretty much set no matter what, because like I'm still having issues with the bank account trying to keep it positive because y'all won't do nothing for me. Like I said, what are you talking about? Asked. I shouldn't have to ask. You people should be supporting me. It don't make no sense. But look, you'll support these other groups, and you other groups want to get online on phones and act like you're tough, but yet y'all get locked up every day and we laugh at you. I see y'all dudes get your karma every day. What are you talking about? Y'all look soft on camera every day. You're the biggest joke that ever talked. I don't know what you're talking about. All these people are a joke, bro. Those groups that y'all tried to brainwash all these so-called women to act like they like and they'll actually entertain all these things that you're talking about, it doesn't exist, bro. Like y'all look like ladybugs with sunglasses on like the Migos, bro. I'm just being honest. Every rapper gets they karma, gets what the hell they deserve. Straight up. What are you talking about? That's like talking about King Von. Like, yeah, King Von was cool. He all right, but he was also on a lot of nonsense and he was running around the jail acting like he was so crazy. I mean, it's not I mean, whose fault is it? I mean, is it not his fault? It's his fault. We gotta hold people accountable, man. I gotta stop this nonsense, man. Same thing with Pac. Y'all want to talk about Tupac, but I mean Tupac, he alright, but he not running around crazy talking all this gangster stuff? Was he not? Just ask him. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying there's not a place for that. I'm not saying you can't do that, but that's how hypocritical they are. See, if something happened to me or somebody did something to me, right? That would be the first thing they run to, first argument. You see how they don't make no sense? You got to make sense. You can't just not make no sense. You can't be this biased and then expect people to take you seriously. It's a joke, man. Y'all a joke, bro. Y'all ain't real, bro. Straight up. Tupac created with his mouth and his words everything that happened to him. And he got set up by Masons. I don't care what y'all say. That's why Mayweather said that he was there and he saw it all of a sudden after all these years, and he needs to be locked up like that Keith D dude. How come he ain't in prison? Because he's a snitch and a federal informant too. So they don't lock him up. All y'all working off plea bargains and plea deals. You think I don't know? That's the thing, y'all don't get. Batman like walks into the rap realm, into everything, bro. Like the rappers be sitting there literally like praying and crying and hoping Batman doesn't walk into the rapping realm. I mean, I don't gotta rap and make music, which I do better than you, and I'm worldwide independent, did what nobody ever did. But I'm not even worried about the music. Batman protects everybody. Batman has to hop into different situations and different things. Like, I'm just saying, bro, Biggie and Tupac were going back and forth on some I'm mad at you, some jealousy stuff. Like, what does that got to do with real life or being a normal person? Why would you go back and forth with anyone if you're a grown person? That's immaturity on Tupac's on his side and on Biggie's side. So I'm just saying, are these people not doing it to themselves? King Von, that was a surprise. What happened? That stuff happened at a club. I saw the video. It happened at a club. It makes sense. He was wiling out, running around like he was Superman. He was a little dude. He was a little homie at that. He wasn't even big. He wasn't strong. Nothing. He just knew he was quick and he knew a little bit how to move. He knew, he knew a little bit of what he was doing. He was high. He was overrated, but he knew a little bit, so he was just trying to run around and act like he was like it. I mean, really, he was a bully. I mean, so it's a surprise that a bully got what he had coming and what he deserved. That's the truth. It's not a surprise. Like, what are you talking about? What was the need in doing all of what he did? I mean, I've seen the videos from the jails. He didn't have to do any of that stuff. He did it himself. Wilding out. He's sitting there taking stuff in prison. Like, come on, bro. They were sitting there talking about, oh, he was a demon. Yeah. And demons get what they deserve. Yeah. That's reality. You see, this is the thing. These people, they run their mouth so much, they start believing their own nonsense and delusion and don't even listen to what they're saying. You're proving my point every single time. You've done nothing but prove me correct on everything I said. So what are you talking about? I'm just saying the truth. Look at little Reese. Little Reese couldn't even control his you know what. And what did he do when they came and when they whatever happened, right? There was a video, right? And it was super embarrassing for him. Y'all remember that? But he's a Chirac Savage. He's supposed to be gang. He's not gangsta. Y'all all look soft, every one of them. I'm just asking, if you got these so-called women in this society and they say that they like them and they actually will deal with them and entertain them and mess with them, how can we never see them actually together? How come when they have couples, right, that involve these so-called women and them, like the ones that are like the Migos, how come the worst results happen and then they end up betraying the dude every single time? Because they look down on you. They look at you like a puppet and they're manipulating you, sucker, and you fell for it. See, y'all aren't a real part of this society. You're a joke. You're just a pawn puppet being moved around. You're a chess pawn. These rappers are chess pawns for the prison industrial complex. You're all chess pawns for whatever the government period and that whole system. It all stems down to the prison industrial complex. What they did to Bobby Shmurda, had him dance on a table. You can't see the symbolism there and how they're making fun of him. Same thing with what's his name? You know what, youngster? Yeah. Oh, blah 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 on your birthday. That guy. He did the same thing. He had to dance on the table at Epic Records. They laughing at y'all, bro. Real talk. They laughing at y'all, and y'all think that you was doing something. They gave you your slave chain to wear. That's what it symbolized. Your fake chain that you don't own. They give you where an advance where you got to pay it back to the label. It's modern day slavery. Same thing with the NBA. Same thing with the NFL. Same thing with the MLB. Same thing with the NHL. Any major league organization is a satanic organization. They're not even real. All the sporting events are rigged. None of it's been real. I don't respect it. I'm tired of hearing it. I don't even want an NBA contract. I literally refuse to sign it at this point. I will not sign it. And that's why they don't give me one, because they're proving, and that's what I've proven, it's not based off talent, because I've already shown you on video that I have a better jumper than Steph Curry. I am making jumpers from half court on command. Steph Curry cannot do what I do at all. Steph Curry is not anywhere near as quick as me. He's not anywhere near as talented. But what is Steph Curry? What group is he from? Right. Because we're living such an unfair, cold, weird, backwards world that you get these fake things you call opportunity. I don't want it. You can have it, because that's what it's for. It's for your group, for you to believe that you're something you're not, for them to overinflate your ego, where they have people like Steph Curry has a handler named Obama, whose real name is Barry Sotero and comes from Hawaii. Yes, a handler. That means he's under Monarch mind control and MK Ultra. Y'all ain't fooling nobody. These NFL players, they showing pictures right now of them being recruited. Those are clones. You can take one look and see that's a clone. That's why, like I said, I don't compete with clones. I'm not going to. See, that's the thing. They can't. They try to build people up to break them down. They can't do it with me, because the first offer I get, whether it be from Nike or any of these companies, I'm going to reject everything and I'm going to negotiate terms of my contract. And when they say, "Hey, we want to do a commercial, man, or we want to have you play one on one against, this Michael Jordan clone," I don't play. I don't compete against clones, dog. See, you understand? I'll use that public platform to really out all the information and say the truth and say, listen, all y'all are brainwashed. Eminem was replaced decades ago. Why do y'all go on talking about Eminem? And if he's real, where's he at? So come pull him up to me in front of my face, and I'm going to tell him he's a clone to his face. And I want to see how he reacts and what he does, because he ain't going to say or do nothing because he knows it's true. Eminem was cloned a long time ago. He doesn't even have the same nose or the same facial structure. Are you serious? It looks like a clone. They use the clone, they use the voice, and they maneuver it all through AI. And the songs all talk about Satan. What? He made a song about George Bush. George Bush comes from the family of Aleister Crowley. He's the kid. They're all the kids, the Bush family. That's what was birthed by Aleister Crowley. He was the most wickedest man that ever walked the planet. You're trying to tell me that we live in a nation ruled by satanic people who worship the devil? They're saying now that they found Saturn as the gate to hell. That makes sense, because all these people worship Saturn. They worship the Kaaba, the cube. It's a black cube. The same thing with graduation. That's why they wear the square on the hat. I never liked that thing with that weird talus when I was in high school. Just because I graduated high school doesn't mean I support it. I didn't know what was going on. See, there's a lot of people who don't know what's going on. That's why we have to educate you. See what I'm saying? Yeah, we live in a satanic society, man. We're in the devil's den. You better wake up. Real talk. If you don't wake up, you in for a rude awakening, all y'all, man, because it's even in the Bible. It says, the serpent who deceiveth the world shall riseth. I think there's going to be a big Godzilla snake thing that comes out the ground at some point. He's real, man. Y'all just don't get it, bro. The devil's real, but guess what? So is God. hmm And God's going to do everything He said. He's going to protect His people and take care of His people, and we going to be okay, no matter what. That I can assure you, because that's what this is about. This is a world that we're having a spiritual, you know what, back and forth, and that's what this is about. Spiritual principalities. The one guy, he said that to me the other day. That was true. Then you start talking about the Bible, and you're talking about the Word. I mean, I understand to an extent. I support that. That's okay, but I'm just saying it's hypocritical coming from you. It really is, because it's not making sense. It's not adding up. It doesn't make any sense for anyone, who's not in my position. I just don't understand how we have so many grown men who won't do nothing at all and don't do nothing for themselves. Like, what's your excuse? How long does it take to get your act together? And they have support systems. They have everything I don't have. These people drive. They got vehicles. I don't understand that. That's inexcusable, bro. Like, no, bro, I've never struggled, man. Like I said, no, no. I was set up and targeted because I made too much money, because I was too successful. We're not the same. Don't ever talk to me like we're the same, bro. I've made hundreds and thousands of dollars, right? Since like the last time I talked to that dude. So for you to act like you can give me advice, that's just silly, homie. And I told him straight up, like, everything you talking about, I really don't care about, bro. I tell them straight up to their face, I don't care. I tell y'all how I feel, bro. I don't care how you take it. I don't care about nothing y'all talking about, bro. Ain't nobody gonna ever do nothing. Y'all don't make no sense, bro. I don't believe what you believe in. I don't believe in that. You know what I mean? I don't turn to the Bible. I turn to God. God talks to me. You know what I mean? And he's sitting there talking about, well, yeah, and everything they say is negative and demonic, but then they want to talk like they against these evil people. Like, nah, bro, you just like them. All y'all are saying, talking about, yeah, they might think this and that. You wear a cape and you wear a mask. Like, there you go again with that weird demonic talking. I do what I want to do. What are you gonna do about it? Yeah, I do. Yeah, and I'm spiritual. And he's like, oh, you can't show him that. What do you mean you can't show him that? Everything I've done is working. I mean, you're talking to an internet superstar. You see what I'm talking about? How backwards they are? That's the devil talking. That dude right there, he's the devil. And then listen to what he's saying, talking about the Bible right there. That shows me, okay, get away from the Bible. You see what I'm saying? Anything that they say, I do the opposite. Any advice they give me, I do the opposite. Because I could tell when Satan's talking to me through other people. I can hear it. You feel me? That's why, like, I just don't deal with nobody. I don't talk to none of y'all no more. Straight up, I don't have friends like that. I don't talk to none of you because you're all demons. Straight up, I'm not joking. I'm not paranoid. Nothing. I'm telling you the truth, bro. We live in a world that everybody has sold their soul, and all of you are demons, basically. And that's fine. Y'all can be demons, but I don't roll with you, and that's it. And you can get up out my face. Straight up, I roll with God, man. Feel me? Talking about a book. Like a book got anything to do with your fate, your righteousness, your justice, your truth? What's that got to do with anything, man? I'm sitting here telling you, I sit at the right hand throne of God, and I told him straight up to his face. You know what I said? We had a biblical moment. I literally told him he was looking at the second coming of Christ, and he don't even know it. And I told him every breath that I breathe on this planet will be a walking testament of my testimony and of God and his entire purpose for this planet. I told him straight up. Yeah, y'all talk about Jesus. I am Jesus, homie. I'm the second coming. What? Jesus is my best friend. He supports everything I do. He has to, because that's the only way I got pushed this far. You better wake up, straight up, and you care about YouTube. The man owned 14 cars in my sleep and told you I'm the Messiah. The only reason I got these 14 cars is to show y'all how easy it is for me to navigate financially in this easy world. It's not hard to get rich. What are you talking about? No, I can't get rich right now because these people did everything to hold me back and built a system where there's no way it's not possible. So guess what God's going to do? Turn it all around and fix it and have all your stuff backfire and go back to you, all the karma, right? Y'all swimming in your karma and I'm laughing at you. Yeah, he going to fix it all. Trust me. It's all in God's hands. He going to fix it. He going to fix it and he going to give me a way. He going to show the way and create the way. hmm And he's going to give me not only right back where I was, but he's going to give me way more money this time. Mark my words. He already told me, bro. They already told me, man. It's angels that talk to me, bro. They already told me. They said God is using you to prove all your enemies wrong. God is using you to show the world that God is real. That's why I'm living evidence that God is real. You don't understand. You'll talk about Jesus. I'm the same thing. I never claimed to be Jesus. I'm Jesus's best friend. I'm the second coming. You have Jesus Christ. He walked the planet. Now I know that's true because he told me. And guess what? Now you got Tyree Sneed. How is it hard to picture? Look at me. I look just like him. I look identical. Look, every depiction they make of Jesus looks like me. But you can't figure it out. I'm letting my hair grow out finally. Most of my life I didn't. You can't see the divine timing and how I look like Jesus. Yeah, it's not fake. This ain't imagery. This ain't for YouTube. Yeah, God works in mysterious ways, man. I mean, you don't think that the second coming would have to be a little bit of a gangster? Jesus was going in the temples, losing his cool and he was literally like picking up tables. And you remember that? And he said, "All y'all corrupt, all y'all need to get out my temple." Sounds like me. See the point? I'm not here to be nice. I'm here to wreak havoc. Do you understand that? That's what I'm on this planet for. I was never here to be nice to you. That's not what Jesus was. Y'all need to study what Jesus was, bro. You read the Bible, you know what he did when somebody stepped on his sandal? Okay? Don't come talking to me about a Bible when you don't even know what you claim to believe. And I know it better than you. I took theology classes. I listened. They think it's a big deal about the Bible. That's what he said. Oh, if I know the Bible more than you, that's the most ignorant thing I've ever heard, bro. Like, please get out my face with that. Wow. But don't even have nothing to eat. Don't got nothing going at any time. Nothing. You don't got these bikes I got. You ain't building. You ain't got a whole business. What are you talking to me for, bro? What are you talking about? See what I'm saying? I want to talk about a book. That's crazy, son. Like I'm telling you, bro. And you can't tell me they're not delusional. Like they can't argue it with me because it's like, homeboy, I've been running circles around you every day, and all you're doing is just sitting there stagnated. I mean, just because you're surviving doesn't mean you're thriving. Let's get real, man. Just because you surviving, I mean, if it's all about time to you, I mean, you can have all the time you want, okay, but that doesn't make you happy. You understand? You know what I mean? Like we all have the same, rules for the most part, unless somehow I change them, like I said, because I'm that special and God loves me, right? Meaning if I just live forever or something. But other than that, you know, we all have the same things that we go through, right? I mean, so it don't make no sense. I mean, that's not the game. The game isn't, oh, well, I'm just sitting here surviving. Well, I'm showing you something, bro. What? There's people like me who don't care about this stuff. We just trying to be happy for the moment. You know what I mean? Every day, the day that you have, you should be enjoying that day like it's your last. I heard some more people running off YouTube, the same people that was saying my name, talking a bunch of smack. They getting their karma, getting what they deserve. Oh, did I not call that? Yep. The same people who was sitting there wishing me bad, talking ill will. I told them instant karma. Now they supposedly acting like they on my side. Now they posting my videos. You're starting to see a trend here, how there's no hypocrisy in Tyree Sneed ever, because I'm the second coming, like I said, and the actual Messiah, but everybody else in the world keeps bending and folding. Have you noticed that? Have you noticed that I stand my ground against everyone? I got an entire underground illegal organization on me, worried about me, saying illegal statements to me nonstop every day, not only online, but in person, sending people across state lines, which is a felony, sending actual agents physically, okay, who are scared of me to try to record me illegally, which is a crime in Texas, is a felony, and you'll go to jail when I file the lawsuit. And I'm standing strong, and I look right in their face and smile and say, "Hey, how you doing, buddy?" Right? Because you don't scare me at all. Like you make my day. You understand? Then you got to put cash in my pocket, you got to donate, and you got to take me out to eat. Christina laughing at you. That's the truth. Christina and I laugh at you people. Christina was worried and concerned. She has every reason to be. I'm glad she was, but I'm sure now she's a little relieved and understands, okay, like Ty got the best of him though. Because he came on some malicious intent. Yeah, he came hating. He wasn't on no support. And that's what's so weird in my mind. I'm like, listen, brother, You got to be an upright man, bro, and get away from what you doing straight up. You don't do that. You don't treat people like that. The way you came was wrong out the gate. No, that's what you said. Then you tried to turn it around and say, we agree. We didn't agree on nothing. We can't agree on nothing. You're below me. You're a troll. See what I'm saying? I just didn't know that. I didn't know who you were. And I said that. You wanted to pretend. See my point? We didn't agree on nothing. You came wrong. I told you what it was in the nice way, in the right way, and that's it. Right? You was trying to record me illegally because you was looking just like you told on yourself, like you narcs always do, because you're simple. You brought up Wes Watson. Yeah, you were trying to pull a Wes Watson. You wanted me to get upset, and that's what they want. They made their plan is so clear. Their intentions are clear. They want me to snap and go ballistic, right? They're pretending like that, and you can hear how calm I am. People don't even move me. I'm here for my purpose as the Messiah and the second coming. I'm here saving the world. I'm your savior. Literally, me. Batman is your savior. Do you understand that? How do you think Batman does what he does? This is why people support me, because people hear and they look and they understand. They say, this guy's really doing that. I mean, this guy's not fake. I mean, I survived a truck, little homie. I defeated the truck. Okay. I mean, you can't sit here and say I'm not superhuman. Human beings can't do what I've done. It's on camera. The video's on the channel. You ain't going to sit here and play these games with me. You're not going to tell me I'm not what I am. The reason why I don't fear walking in the street every day is because I truly believe that God is going to protect me. I truly believe that God is going to gift me immortality and that I'm immortal only because through God. If God wasn't on my side and God say, you know what, you messed up and I'm not going to protect you no more, I wouldn't be immortal. But God says you're immortal because I say so. That's the word of God. I don't have to go open a book. Okay. And again, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. The Bible's got its purpose. It's all right. But why don't you use it for that good purpose? Because the second coming, that's what he's telling you. Y'all be talking about the Bible this, the Bible that. That's what that dude said. I may know the Bible better, bro. Please get out of my face, bro. You sound crazy, bro. That's what y'all are, crazy. It's just crazy. I mean, seriously, y'all eat potatoes every day, homie. Straight up, bro. These people getting bags of potatoes trying to cook potatoes, bro. Eating potatoes because they ain't got none else. That's poverty, bro. That's crazy, son. I'm just saying that's some serious. That's crazy, bro. Nothing wrong with potatoes, and I mean it's a good idea. It's a smart thing to do. Don't get me wrong. I'm not a hater. I'm not hating, but don't try to tell me advice and say something that ignorant when that's how you doing things and forever. I've noticed all of them. They stay in the same position. They stay stagnated. I don't know you like that. You all right, but we ain't friends. I don't know none of you like that. I do what I need to do for me. Notice me, I got no problem making enemies. I don't care. You understand? You know why? Because I move with God. I'm going to win regardless. Okay? See, the difference between you and I is y'all are all cowards. I'm not. I'm just smart. I understand the system that exists in this country. You understand? We're not the same. Don't think for 1 second that we're the same. Okay, trust me, bro. Like I said, if this was like a whole different environment, I ain't gotta explain, bro. You know what I mean? People know what I'm on and who I am. Feel me? I run this world, bro. I do what I want. Feel me? I'm not faking the funk. That's proven. I've been doing this long enough, bro. I did the Batman thing, bro. We going past 2 years now. I already had my 2 year anniversary, I believe. That's crazy, son. 2 year anniversary, bro. And like I said, still ain't even gotten a Batman cake. Wow. No support. And that's fine. Y'all ain't got to support me. You know why? Because God got me. Because Christina going to support me the minute she can. I promise. Christina's going to take good care of me. Christina and I are going to work together. You understand? Like, she has no reason to worry. We're going to have more than enough money where I was just saying we wouldn't have to work if we didn't want to. But yeah, of course we want to do something. So let's work for ourselves. She told me today, I was super happy to hear. She said, I'm down to do the restaurant and the food truck. We're going to do gumball vending machines. We'll probably do arcade machines at some point, pinball machines, vending. We're going to start our own company. I think like a snack company. That's all we'll do is build businesses and have fun and That way, she wants to work, no problem. You can work with me, not for me, but with me. You understand? Because she's probably going to be, paying and creating everything. It's hers. She owns it. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to have power over anybody or anything, man. I'm just go along to get along. I help people and I live life and I enjoy myself. And I think it's a lost art. I think that most of you people don't know how to do that. I'm not after money. That's why money's coming to me. I don't doubt it for a second. You understand, bro, that we're going to have millions of dollars over time? You serious right now? Bro, they used to have condos on the island going for like 50 grand. They probably still do. Okay? That's what I'm thinking of doing. We might end up buying a condo, Christina and I, buying it. And then when we leave to go on vacation and travel, we can make it an Airbnb before we leave, get it all set up in the app. She'll be good at that. You know what I mean? She'll be able to help me with that too. And like, I know how to do all these things with technology. Set it up as an Airbnb, get some guests to check in, and we got income coming in right there. That's residual income. That's real estate right there. And then we move on to the next thing, start traveling, looking at real estate in different areas. And then boom, bada bing, we got a whole independent real estate thing that we doing that we already on the hustle. And then we can build that into our own company. And I mean, you see what I'm saying? I don't want Christina having to work for a company. That's like we could do real estate for a company, but for what? You know how much they make? Nothing. They make maybe a couple of thousand and waste too much in gas and having to go here and make the sale. Like it's not as easy as they try to make it sound. I don't want Christina working for another company because companies don't treat people right. They take advantage, and I'm not going to let that happen to who I love. See what I'm saying? I know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm doing. I have a lot of life experience. I'm not going to steer Christina wrong ever. And she knows that. She knows to trust me. I know what I'm doing, bro. So, like I said, when people don't want to get on board, that's fine. Count me out right now. Like I said, try to kick me while I'm down, but you better hope I don't get back up. And that's what we're going through right now. Because I continue to get up every day. I continue to get back up, no matter what I got, no matter how much these people want to not see me have, no matter how much they continue to intentionally not give me nothing, try to have me have zero resources. I get up and I make it happen through God. And like I said, this next month rolling around, I think I'm gonna get everything going, everything on board. I already got the bike that's over $200 plus that enables me to run my business. Are you serious, bro? We about to really be in business finally. I just got I'm getting out of a whole you know what. We'll call it a conflict, but you know what I'm saying. I'm talking about a whole yeah, like that. That bad, bro. I'm coming out of all that. That's what this has been. About to get everything rolling, homeboy. Phone paid for. Just barely paid it on the 21st. Had the money down for it already, but it paid on the 21st. It barely went through. That's only what, 5 days? That means I'm gonna have it till the 21st of next month. I'm still building my check. It's already around 140 bucks. I mean, do the math, bro. Like, I'm trying to run this check up a little bit more. What we have a couple more days in the month. Why do you think I'm live streaming? Why do you think I'm talking to you? Because I get paid a little bit of something for everything I do. The whole point of what I do is getting people on board and to support me. I can't believe that these people have the audacity to say how they truly feel about me. You don't want me to have nothing, but you supposed to have careers in 9 to 5s. I think all y'all should lose your jobs straight up. I think that that's exactly what's going to happen. I think God is going to turn around and tell you, no, you're not going to have anything, and I think He's going to sit all y'all down literally where you got nothing. That's what I think. I think God is going to do that. I don't think I know because I see it every day. It's already happening. That's what I'm saying. You people be talking, and like I said, you don't even understand. Talking to me, it's a risky thing to do, man. Because you say one thing wrong, God is listening. I'm telling you, God is in me, bro. Like you're talking to it, bro. That's what they say. They literally say you're basically like God walking in the human form. God is speaking through me. Everything I do is divine. That's what people understand. I have divine power. Y'all talking about all these things that are man made. I'm on a human journey. I'm like an alien, bro. I'm not even human. That's what they told me. They told me straight up, you ain't human. And I see it. It makes sense, bro. Literally, one of them just said I'm an ancient alien. That's what it said. It said I'm an ancient alien and I'm here in the human form. That's Jesus. That's God. That's what God is. God is an alien. He's an extraterrestrial. Straight up. They be showing y'all in these movies. I mean, God has to be. He has to come from wherever, outer space or somewhere else. You got to be something more powerful than a human. Any human we've seen. You feel me? They talking about right now, God is coming back. That's what they saying. I'll tell you everything he telling me, bro. I listen, man. So, like, if God with me, who can be against me? That's just all I'm saying, man. I don't have the answers. I'm merely a tool for God, man. That's it. I'm humble. Like I said, I'm here in this world for my purpose to help people. I'm not here about just money and all that. Like I said, I'm sitting here just asking people, hey, yo, can you support me a little bit? Because I put everything I had into this. This is what I do. For people to show me no support, that's crazy. And I'm not going to sit here and be bitter and be like you. I'm even changing my whole rhetoric as far as saying, oh, y'all gets nothing. You know what? I'm not even going to do that, bro. I'm going to still be generous to everybody and try to help people. I want to help the people and bless the people who didn't help me. I think that's even worse. Straight up, I think they going to look at me like, you crazy. Straight up. Yeah, I am. You know why I'm crazy? Because I believe. I believe in being a good person. I believe that's the only way. Not to win, not to win anything, but I just think that's the way to win for you. You know what I mean? It is what it is, man. You know, bitterness, that stuff consumes you. Hate, jealousy, envy, that stuff consumes you, man. I forgive everyone. That's the thing. I don't have nothing on me. I don't have nothing on my conscience. I don't have nothing going with me. Like I'm good. I forgave everyone. All I want is Christina, man. I just want to meet Christina in person. I want to be with her. I want to be like that would make my life. You know, that's all I want. That's all I ask God for. Let me have my girlfriend. You know what I mean? Who I love. Other than that, it is what it is, man. I'm tearing up a little bit, getting emotional because what I'm saying is real. But yeah, like I said, man, I'm human, bro. Human, but maybe an ancient alien. Right? Yeah, like I said, man, I represent God. I represent good things. I represent positive, nice things, man. All this other stuff where these people trying to talk and act like it's behind closed doors. Everything y'all saying is public, man. I mean, like I said, be about it. Don't talk about it. You know what I mean? That's just weird how you trying to talk to the son of God like you on some kind of aggressive stance. You ain't getting aggressive with me. Ain't nobody doing that to the second coming of Christ. You funny. You feel me? Like you are silly. You underestimate the hell out of God and Jesus. I'll tell you that. You underestimate the hell out of me. You understand? That's just funny as hell, man. And then these people, it's all about what they want. Oh, I'm obsessed. I'm on the internet. Yeah, YouTube don't even matter. Yeah, I don't even exist. You ain't even a part of this. You ain't even got an identity. You're not a part of my story. That's all they want. They just want some attention. That's all. That's all any of them want. They want attention, man. This is not about YouTube, man. This is about what's happening off the camera. This is about reality. This is about a dude that's parting the Red Sea. I walked through a flood down here, bro, and went and rescued people and helped people. I made sure people were okay. You understand? Did you do that? You saw me on camera, dude. I walked right through the flood. I didn't get to film all the good parts, but I walked right through it. Can you do that? Would you risk that? Do you think it was easy? Do you think I wasn't at risk or something? Bro, I was up in water up to my waist, past my waist. Anything could have happened to me. Walked right through it. I didn't have a choice. And guess why? Because of that demonic church cult. That's what they made me do. I didn't have a choice. I got to get where I'm going. What? I had to figure out a way to walk around it or get through it, whatever I had to do. And that's what I was trying to do. Went 25 miles through a flood. Can you do that? What I'm doing is biblical. See, you see what I'm saying? You're worried about all these concepts that don't matter. Money means nothing in this realm. It means nothing in any realm. It's a piece of paper. Get over it. Like, I'm just saying, I've done better with money my whole life than any of you, anyone. Like, I don't understand why you're trying to talk to me about something that I'm pretty good at. It's like Monopoly for me. Like I said, how come y'all don't donate, bro? I don't understand that, bro. But they put together like $1 million for the dude who did what he did to Austin Metcalf. Boy, you people so unruly and so sick, it's unreal. You can't sit here and act like y'all going to heaven. I mean, golly, bro. Y'all just directly supporting the stuff? You against me and my people that much? Yeah, I know you are. Yeah, keep on showing that too, because the whole world looking. That's what's so funny, man. They don't get they making themselves look worse, throwing all that money around. They just wasting money. That's what they do. They spend millions of dollars trying to take me down and stop me from being able to do anything. And all they did was do it to themselves. They all broke now and don't have a pot to you know what in. Just like Nipsey Hussle said they would all be stuck at. Nipsey Hussle was quoted. He said, "We all gonna have nothing. We're not gonna have a pot to you know what in." And then look how they did him. And I don't care what y'all say. I think that was all an inside job from the government. These gangs have government connections. You can prove it with instances that I don't even want to talk about on here. Okay, y'all know what I'm talking about. These things have happened. These gang members have been involved in them. Okay, it's a real thing. That's why once you start crossing the line and you start sending agents physically, that's a problem. You feel me? People need to pay attention to what's going on. And I'm not scared of nobody and nothing. They got nothing for me. They're never going to do anything to me because they can't. Nobody's capable. Seriously, they're not. I don't care what they think, what they tell themselves. Whether ain't nobody can't nobody do nothing to me, bro. That's why I'm divinely protected by God. I'm untouchable. But my whole point is, I want to put you on display on the camera and on the audio and everything, and just talking to you and about you for the world to see what you want. Because these people actively in front of you, you can see what their intentions are towards me and what they're trying to pretend they're capable of doing, what they wanted to do, what they tried to do when they made their phone calls to Seton Hospital. Oh no, they don't stop. They keep pretending. That's all you'll ever do is pretend. You ain't going to do nothing to me. None of you. You're going to sit there and watch me win. Okay? I don't care who you send. I don't care who you talk to. Okay? You could talk to the toughest guy in the world. He's got nothing for me. Literally, I can guarantee you, bro, that they be literally paying people off, which we've already caught them red-handed, and G-checked and Son, the people that they sent money to, and like I said, that's going to come out in the lawsuit, and the dude who lost both of his jobs, he's going to end up going to jail and prison too for what he did. Watch. Everything I say is a fact. But the point is, I guarantee you that they trying to pay more people to come at me like they've been doing, and we have complete concrete proof of this, and we talk about it publicly. So nobody has an excuse to act like it's made up because we have concrete receipts. Okay, so there is underground illegal organizations that pay people off to try to send them at me, and they still can't do nothing with me or to me. They can't touch me because your boy is that tough and that real and that smart. Because I'm good, I'm Gucci. Think about that. Right? So I bet you anything, I can guarantee you, not bet, I guarantee you that they be paying some of those people off and those people turn it down. Those people say, "Nah, I'm not coming near that dude." They're terrified. As a matter of fact, I've seen evidence of it in person with my own eyes. Real talk. Because I could tell, I can read vibes and energy, and I've seen where it feels like, okay, this was an agent that's supposed to be sent at me, and then they like turn around. You know what I'm saying? And skedaddle because they get scared. You feel me? God is real, man. People don't understand. God, they told me. God told me direct. He said, God's been protecting you. Angels tell me. They tell me God's been protecting you in such a way you don't even know what's happening. Said, God's got you. I ain't worried about none of y'all. I ain't worried about nothing. You feel me? Just understand, me, I'm always prepared and ready. Always. That's why when I do this Batman thing, man, like I said, I'm picturing like I wake up in a TP and I got villagers around me and they're like, oh, like, you know what I mean? Like I'm in a whole mode, bro. I'm ready to take on the world, bro. I'm ready to take on Croc in the sewer. I'm ready to take on, whatever comes my way. That's the whole point. I'm a spiritual being. I'm the second coming straight up, and I'm not going to sit here and hold back about who I am and what I am. I told y'all I was the Messiah day one. How is it fake if I've resurrected in front of you a million times? A million times over and over again. Resurrection is my hobby, like James Bond say, but me, it really applies. James Bond was a movie. Batman was a movie. Like Christina said today, movies aren't reality, baby. I know they aren't, but Batman is. See, that's the thing. I'm not copying no movie. I really exist. I'm the real thing. You understand? And like I said, it's going to be easy to figure out the semantics for the bat suit and everything. Y'all act like it's difficult. It's second nature now. Real talk. Being Batman is who I am. It's not a gimmick. You know what I mean? Like it just is what it is. You know what I mean? Like real talk. So, you know, I don't know. DMX was not a gimmick too. I want to say that. Some for some reason God is telling me to say that. DMX was not a gimmick. Papoose said that. He was wrong. DMX wasn't a gimmick. DMX really was on that dog stuff. Seriously. So you need to give him his credit. What y'all don't understand is there is no winning and losing in life. We live eternally if we keep our soul and we believe in God and we're truly righteous and a good person. It's based off how you live your life. It's based off the things that you do for others and how you treat human beings and treat people. So, we all make mistakes, man. Like sin is a real thing, man. We all make mistakes, but I'm telling you, like, if you work with him, God's going to work with you. That's the real truth. Because I ain't perfect. I'm not claiming to be perfect. And there's things that I struggle with, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot. You know what I mean? And he knows, you know what I mean? Like, I ain't perfect, but I know I'm good. I know I'm going to heaven. So being perfect is not a requirement. Never sinning is not the requirement. They can lie and tell you what they want because they're all, Bible thumpers that are actually evil and using it the wrong way. But you don't have to be perfect, but you strive to be. You try to do it because it's a challenge. It's a challenge being human. Life is a challenge. You know what I mean? So it's like, you know, I'm just not any of these other people, man. Like I said, like I'm independent. I built my own stuff. I built my own life. I built my own everything. I did it off hard work, off, my own hands, manual labor. I mean, I've worked since I was 16. I totally feel where Christina's coming from when she says, I just can't picture me not doing anything. I would never, I don't know. I didn't say that. I would never have us not doing anything. Of course, we're going to be very active. We're going to have plenty to do. I'm just saying that I don't, I think it'll be easier, like I said, in person to explain to her. I mean, we can go out and have fun and get paid to have fun. I was bringing up the YouTube thing, and she told me, that's your thing, honey. And I'm like, yeah, that's cool. I understand. You know what I mean? But she said for sure she wants to do couples content. What I'm trying to explain is like, we'll get this doing couples content. We'll get this where this is paying us more than enough. All the business stuff will just be extra. This is going to be pocket change to us, but it's going to be like enough. It's going to be like good money. I think I can get where we making over $1,000 a month and stuff on here. Seriously, I really do. Like at least every 2 months. I truly believe that. Like if we do couples content with the momentum I've got right now and the kind of views I'm getting, and change the scenery of what we doing, and people see this whole journey and everything, and I do the Batman stuff on the side, bro. Come on, man. Fact is that it's nothing but opportunity. That's what people don't get. If you really want to succeed in this world and you want to make it, you got to do what I got to do. You got to climb. You got to go through everything. You got to have soul and grit. You got to have determination. You got to have perseverance. You got to be willing to sacrifice and go and struggle and go through absolute hell. That's the only way you're gonna make it. That's what people don't get. No, I had to do everything to get what I got and put myself in the right position, and then not only maintain it but keep building on top of it. That's what you people don't get. You want to talk about what I got, how much money count in my pocket. That ain't got nothing to do with what I got, what I own, how much I've accumulated, how much I'm building, what I'm building on top of what I already got. That's what matters. See, that's the point. This is all just a struggle to build something to get to a certain point and get somewhere and then build more. That's what I've been doing my whole life. I said I own a worldwide website right now, TyreseNee.com. I release it when I want. It's worth over $2,000 basically. I mean, are you serious? I really own it. Oh, I need to check on that, by the way. But I think that's not till when, the fall, I hope. Wasn't it the fall when I paid it? Yeah, that's when we were supposedly out in Kentucky. I just can't tell how much time has passed. I need to check on that and make sure the domain's okay. I don't want that problem too. So I'm gonna have to make sure I pay that again this year. I try to pay it every year. You know, there's been times I didn't, and then these evil people steal my domain, and that domain's worth a lot now. That's why it was so important for me to pay it. And you notice I was in church camp. I hustled. I did whatever I could and got it paid. That's a big deal. See, I make moves. I do real things. I'm not worried about holding cash. I'm worried about putting that cash and investing it into what I own and what I do and building this empire. I got a whole empire running. That's what people don't get. I really have my own cars. I really have my own buildings. I really have everything. I have an empire. To be Batman, you're gonna have to learn how to do things the poor man's way. I run it all with like zero money down. I don't have to pay for nothing. I just do what I do. That's the best part of it. So it's like people don't understand how to succeed anymore. People don't understand what it takes to win. It takes going through hell, man. Like I said, when I'm coming out of is like, you know what it is. I ain't got to say it. It's equivalent to all of that. You know what I mean? I mean, this is ridiculous what I've been through, you know? And that's what it takes. And that's what makes so much sense to me. It's like they said a million times, they kept sending me these messages and downloads like God through different people on different platforms and downloads. And it said that. It said it's all going to make sense. It's starting to. I'm starting to understand why all this has happened. That I have to go through that because that's basically what I'm going to be sent into. That makes sense. That makes sense that you have to make me as resilient as possible and put me just through absolute hell to get me ready to do all this to be able to save people and save lives. That part makes sense to me. Like I said, you see that bat pod he's on right there? That's going to be me. And the suit's going to probably look pretty, some of them going to look identical to that, basically right spot on like that. The bat pod will look like that. You got people who build these things. If we got money, money talks, everything else walks. I can approach these YouTubers, talk to them on here, say, yo, where can we meet up? Listen, I got money for you. I'll pay you. I need you to build me a bat pod. They will build them for me. Then I got to figure out how to build them myself and then get them mass produced. You understand? Not to sell them, nothing like that, just for me. So that way I got a few of them and enough of them where if one messes up out there in the street, I just go get the other one. I don't get it. It don't take that much. It just takes money. Because I've already laid out the outline and the blueprint for the whole setup for everything. Like I said, we're going to have like a garage of some sort, maybe build our own pole barn, something like that. We're going to have somewhere where I'm able to manufacture and work on all this stuff and create it all and use 3D printers and all that type of stuff to get to the point I got to get at and get where I'm going. Feel me? So at the end of the day, that's all we got to do. Stay on point, keep it moving, and I already got all the resources, right, to do what I need to do and build it all the right way. You feel me? So hold on. So, I mean, at the end of the day, bro, it's all going to work out the right way. You know what I'm saying? That's all. It's all. I already have the whole blueprint, the whole system. It's going to be awesome. Feel me? So it's like, I don't know. Like I said, 3D printers, we'll get the whole thing going. And it's going to be like a little lab. Like I said, I know Christina and I are going to be doing real estate and digital real estate. When you think ahead, people don't understand. You'll build an empire, bro. Do you understand that is the minute I get money, bro, the minute I touch bread again, this is why I built it like this. Because see, not because I'm struggling, because I'm a genius. Like I said, I got set up and targeted, so I had to struggle, and then I kept, making more moves and selling things, making more money, whatever, right? Like selling the 50-acre property for 100,000, right? I've been successful the whole time, but the thing is, at some point, you're gonna get so smart, you're gonna say, "Let me build the whole prototype for the entire actual empire. Let me just become Batman like I am." And fall into my purpose. It all has to be in divine timing. And see, then I'm going to have all these resources and be able to buy and collect more and more. See, the fact that I created the blueprint does means everything because, like I said, we can take money, we'll put it in a brokerage account. Like, she's probably going to put. We already talked about it. She's probably going to put me in charge of the hedge fund, which will be in both our names. So I'll be a hedge fund manager. Remember, I said I would be. Okay, there you go. Right, I never lie. So I'll be in charge of the hedge fund. Right, that'll probably be like around 300,000. Right, and I can invest in it, stocks, bonds, all that, and help build it and take money that we make working and pump it into there and use the remainder for what we need to pay and what we're doing, right? While we move around and do what we want to do or just, enjoying ourselves. But, you know, people don't understand, man. I mean, we get money, take a little bit of money, put it into digital real estate apps, all that, start getting right into digital real estate. Try to talk to them companies. Number one thing will be trying to fix my credit, and the only purpose of why I'm saying that is so that for I can talk to these companies and approach them, talking to them and say, hey, my credit's good now. Can I get Can I get a loan? You understand? Because then they might give us a loan to actually do like physical, like actual real estate projects. Like they'll fund it. And then I think we'd like make a percentage or make some money or whatever. There's different options. I got to figure out how it all works, but I know that digital real estate and physical real estate will tie in together perfectly, and not too many people are doing that. I don't know if anyone is. I have the whole thing mapped out. You understand? In my mind. That's what people don't get. I'm not. I ain't nothing fake about me. Everybody knows I'm the real Batman. Everybody knows that I am doing the real thing. I'm not doing this to look cute. I'm not doing this for other people. I'm doing this because this is what I was put here to do. It's necessary, obviously. Whatever God tells me to do, I'm going to do it. I don't care whether the world agrees. I don't care. No, I'm going to do what God tells me to do and what He calls me to do. You know what I mean? And whatever goes along with that, God going to take care of me straight up. You understand? We're in a different time, man. You know, that's why he said, I made you for a time like this. Like that's what it tells me. Straight God tells me straight up all these things, bro. So it's not like I'm making them up. How would all these things happen if it wasn't meant to be and didn't have a purpose? There's always a purpose, man. There's no coincidences. I think everything happens for a reason. It's the way it's definitely proven it to me this far in my life. So I try to believe that as much hardships as I've gone through, I still believe in that, and that takes a lot of strength. That's why God said, He said, that's why you're Batman. He said, you're the only one that'll keep going. God told me that, or the ancestors, somebody. I think all of it comes from God in some way, shape, and form, right? I mean, God's talking, but that's what He said. That you're the only one that'll keep going through all of it, and that's the truth. I just keep on pressing forward no matter what. What I mean, it's all I know how to do. It's crazy how it's so divine. I listen to the quotes and it says, "My superpower is I never give up." I mean, yeah, that's me written all over it. So you can't sit here and say, "Oh yeah, you're not the real bad." Yeah, I'm the only one. There never has been another one as far as we've been told. Like I said, I think there was one in Tartaria, and I think the Masons, the same enemy, is who ended up ruining Tartaria. And then, like I said, I think they used that Cabbage Patch thing, meaning that they were creating, us in labs. And I think they populated these continents, and I think they created fake history and told you that the world was round when it may be flat or whatever they lied about. And they didn't tell you there's all these land masses over that ice wall in Antarctica. That makes sense to me. It makes a lot of sense because I look at all you people and it literally tells me. I got videos saying exactly what I've been saying for years. It says, how do you think these people are so docile and just accept their fate? How do you think that they're so unemotional about everything? They said that a lot of people, most people are walking around, don't even have like an inner voice, like a conscience. Like that makes sense to me because I've noticed that about people. I'm so much different. I'm like hyper emotional compared to other people, but I'm not hyper emotional. I'm normal emotional. If anything, all the narcs are hypersensitive. You get what I'm saying? And I think that's part of it. I think they're the programmed. I think that's the flaw in their programming, is they're not really human. Because humans aren't cruel. Humans aren't mean. Humans aren't mean spirited. Humans aren't like that. Humans are like me. Humans just love life and love everybody and care about people. That's why when you got these people and they sitting here playing these games, hey, listen, bro, I don't know what you're talking about. All I know is you back down, every single one of you. That's all you do. You're not even taken seriously and you know it. And I don't know of nobody who claims that they feel some way or got a problem and hides behind the internet forever. I don't know what that is. That's not doing nothing. That's just being a coward, bro. We laugh at y'all. That's stuff you laugh at, bro. Feel me? That's fans. That's what that is. That's straight up fans. That's why. Nah, if you talk to me and you all right, I'm gonna be cool with you because you a fan. You know what I mean? You may be a really confused, lost fan. You may be a lost soul. Hey, I'm supposed to help lost souls. I'm supposed to help show you, talk to you about God. I'm not supposed to treat you anyway, but good. That's what you don't get. You got to love your enemy. You got to pray for your enemy. Feel me? Like I said, man, I'm the real deal, man. That's all people find out with everything I talk about, anything I've ever spoken on, everything I believe. It really is what got me this far. It's what I depend on. It's what's worked for me. You know what I mean? Everybody ain't me though. You know what I mean? But that don't matter. I mean, everybody should come to God, believe in God. I'm bringing people to God. I know I am. I know I already have. So I'm doing my purpose. I'm doing the right thing. Everybody else is just kind of wasting their time, to be frank. You feel me? So, end of the day, man, that's all I really got to say, bro. But, we going to keep on, doing our best, being successful. And I'm just going to keep on trying to push farther and run this business. Right now, I really need donations. I need people to step up. Um, it is what it is. I'm not going to clarify anything. If I want to ask people to donate, I'll ask them all day. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. So, other than that, I don't know. This business is really, really in good shape, bro. The business is in great shape. It's right where I need it to be. Um, I'm just excited, truly. I'm excited for how it's going. I'm excited for how far I've come. I'm excited for all that I've built. I'm just excited for the future. I'm excited mostly about Christina. That's all I really can think about and care about, to be honest. God knows that. You know what I mean? So, like I said, just prepare, man. Because when I get this money, if and when I get this money, I don't doubt it, man. I think it's gonna happen. So, when I get this money, good luck. Good luck, bro. Because I really think Christina's into the Batman thing too. I don't think she says it all the time, but I think she really is gonna think it's cool. Especially when it's right in front of her. I mean, y'all got to understand. I mean, I'm Batman. I mean, we're clearly going to have a cave. Like literally, bro, we're clearly going to have everything that was in the movie. I mean, it's just how it's going to work out, and it makes sense because it's what I'm going to need to do what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, for me, I'm hoping. Like I said, I told you all everything. You know, the path, what I'm going through, what I'm dealing with. I'm doing the best I can, but I'm honestly hoping that I can push the strength levels even more, believe it or not. That's what I'm trying to do next. Hopefully, I feel up to it because, or the minute that I do, but you know, I really just want to get myself to a point where I feel like just like nothing can stop me. You know what I mean? And as much as hard as I train, I still don't feel like that. I don't. I still feel like I have a long way to go. I don't know why. I feel like there's a lot more potential in me that's not unlocked yet. So like I don't think that world record is going to stay at 152. Hold on. I think for sure I'm going to get where I do um at least 160 next, but I think I'm going to get where I do over 200 pull-ups. I really do. I don't even think it's going to be that much of a problem. You know what I mean? I'm trying to get where I'm doing like 500 to 1,000. That's what y'all don't get. Okay. And again, the way that you train, this is what I teach. The way that I train is you have to know how to build. And like I said, that requires my training, what I teach, inertia training. You want to get stronger than everybody in every gym that you go to? Come do my training. You can literally pay me through Cash App, right? Instead of listening to this fool David Goggins that every video I see, he looks scrawny and he's sitting there talking about, yeah, I'll make you a machine and blah, 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 blah. And I'm 50. You can be 50 all you want, bro. You're not in that great a shape. You tried the pull up thing. You couldn't even do like one of them. I mean, what was the point of that video? It literally said David Goggins attempts world record. Well, he didn't even try. Couldn't do it. The dude is weak. He's weak sauce, bro. Like, no, once somebody outdoes you and Batman exists, you Masons can't just sit there and pretend. I come out as Batman. Now they making another TV series or movie with some dude wearing a suit some white dude that looks nothing like me with an emotionless look on his face, another wage slave, another peon peasant. They copy everything I do, just like I gave speeches for years about love and fear being a vibration, and Kanye West starts repeating me word for word almost. Y'all a joke, bro. I know y'all paying attention. It's just like when I made that song about Drake. Started on Degrassi, now I'm here. They said they made that into a meme and all sorts. Everything I do, they copy, bro. Y'all mad corny, bro. Like real talk, bro. It's like come on, bro. Y'all copy the Messiah. Everything I do, bro. I'm the creator of the universe. Obviously, God works through me. I'm not saying me. I'm saying God works through me. So that's him talking, but he operates through me. It's clear as day. It's clear to me in the short videos. I give God all the glory, man. I'm just me. I'm just a tool for God. You know what I mean? Regular Joe. You know what I mean? That's what people don't get, man. You know, Kevin Gates is so full of it too, man. I'm so sick of hearing him run his mouth and act like, oh, I'm holier than thou, and I'm gonna talk about this and that and blah blah blah. Like, bro, you corny, bro. You been fake. How you gonna sit there and claim you a believer in God, but you make sacrifices? Come on, doggy. Please stop. My goodness, bro. What do you think happened to all them dudes? Who was it? He had problems with NBA YoungBoy, right? Who was the other one? Oh, Plies. His artist. Who was it? Was it not Blue Da Vinci? Was it I can't remember his name. Young Dolph. Isn't that the one? One of them. One of them. He made a sacrifice in front of everybody. He's made a couple, I'm sure, and like that's the thing. That's how Illuminati works. It's always somebody close to them every time. So, like I said, man, it is what it is. And like I said, I ain't never gonna forget what Christina told me about what Jim Jones said. Like, you ain't gonna say nothing disrespectful to my girlfriend. I don't care if it was 80 years ago. I'm not letting it slide. You know what I mean? So, like I said, man, these rappers ain't ready. Ain't nobody ready for Batman, bro. When I get up to New York, good luck, because everybody's just gonna have to move out my way when I walk down your street. You understand, bro? I already got a picture, man, of like a comic type thing of like it's built as Batman. Like that's the kind of suit I want. Like I'm gonna look huge, and I am huge. I'm getting big, but like that suit, I'm gonna really fill out. Like it's gonna be cool. You know what I mean? And it's just gonna look like something like and like something crazy, bro. That's the thing. People gonna see me. They probably a lot of them. They're gonna think that we making a movie, which we kind of are, but they're gonna think that we're filming or something. They're gonna think like they got that they're in a set or something, and we just didn't say anything. And nah, this is real. And now, like I said, the footage is going to be used to make a film and a movie. Is my goal that I would like to direct and help direct, and I'd like people, I just don't really want to do it through Hollywood. I want to do it independently. I don't like Hollywood. Hollywood is demonic and evil. Why would I want to work with them? So they can play their games and try to do the same thing to me? I'm all right. I won't even want it. I'll just deny any offers because they will offer. Trust me, it's going to be, now they may do it on their own. I can't stop that. You know what I mean? But that'd be cool. I mean, if they made a movie out of it, I'm not against that. That'd be cool as long as they do it right, and talk about God in it and make it positive. If they could ever do that and do the right thing, and it seemed to have a hard time, right? But you know, like I said, it's going to be real footage, and then I'm going to be able to use it for the movie, for the film. But this ain't fake, bro. This is real. I'm not acting. I'm not Denzel Washington. This is not for show. You know what I mean? So that's the whole point, to take the real footage and then incorporate it into the film and the movie. That's what people don't get. I had a whole vision. I was way ahead of my time. I've had this vision and I built it over time. It's just so coincidental. It's funny. My record label, I named it Cashless Bane before I even did any of this. Bane from Batman, Cashless Bane. And then they keep saying we're entering into a cashless society. And that's why I named it that, because I thought ahead. I explained it before on the show, right when I created the concept. I made a icon for it and everything. I just don't have it. It's on one of these StreamYard things, I think, but I don't have it. And I don't know if I can even download it anymore. It was like a maze with a key. And that was the point, is that I'm so intelligent and knowledgeable that I'm working through the maze, not like society, but the maze within life. And that, when you work through the maze and you get to the maze and you go through all this hell and all these different things, that you would finally get to where you need to be and put the key in the door and it would open. And that is unlocking everything that's coming to me. Mark my words, I promise you, because God already promised and told me, the abundance, the everything. And it's hard, man. Don't think it's easy, talking about things like this, because I'm not used to that. I usually, I say things that, like, I say things with doubt on purpose, because I don't want to talk like that. It's just how I formulate things. Y'all know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like I don't get my hopes up, or I like, but now I can't have any doubt. I'm not going to speak doubt upon something that I know is going to happen, that I believe. I truly believe it. I'm just saying it's not easy. Don't think it's easy for me to do that. It's not easy. It's very difficult. You know what I mean? Because it's always like, you want to be a normal person would be like, well, blah blah blah. I'm not even going to say it because it's like I'm done doing that. I'm done speaking doubt on my future. I devoted my whole life to this. I'm walking with God. I truly believe. I'm just telling you how I feel. I truly believe. I don't doubt for a second that God is going to bless me with all this money and this abundance and this future and my true love, Christina, and I think He's going to give me everything that I've worked so hard for, and that's what I've been doing all this for. I do all this for Christina. I do all this for her, and us. I want her to be with me, and I just want us to be together because I know we'll be happy. That's all. So that's all I really got to say, man. Like I said, look forward to the future of it all. I don't know how there's not more people watching, man. I mean, like I said, it's all exciting. I mean, this is the best channel on YouTube. I mean, hands down. It's not even comparable. And it's just so funny, man, how these other people, they don't do nothing but sit there and eat pizza all day, but boy, did they fail on YouTube. They did not. They tried to compete. They put up they best effort, and like 50 Cent said, they be giving their best efforts in the studio and making some what. I mean, it's just people can't come close and can't compete in any category. I'm the boss Don King. You know what I mean? So that's all, man. So like I said, um, anybody who was secretly competing with me, well, you lost and you lost catastrophically. So you're going to have to sit down now and hold your L. It's over with. It's a wrap. You lost. You feel me? And that's about it. You know what I mean? So like I said, people need to learn how to just deal with their failures and losing. Everybody loses to me. And that's it. It ain't nothing new. You know what I mean? Like straight up, bro. You know what I mean? People need to learn how to lose and hold their L. You feel me? So it is what it is, man. I'll talk to y'all later, and that's it. All right. Talk to y'all later, man. I hope everybody's doing all right, and just believe in God, man. That's all I gotta say, man. It's these other people. They always got their little cute rhetoric and the same one-two fake stuff. I'm tired of hearing it. Just believe in God, man. You know what I mean? Straight up, bro. That's what's gonna move mountains and change things for you is believe in God. And He already told me. He said this is not gonna have nothing to do with your power or your skill or any of that. He said this time this is gonna come from me. So I'm in God's hands, man. That's all I gotta say. You know what I mean? I have a lot of love for God, just like I have unconditional love for Christina. You know what I mean? I have it for God as well, unconditional love. So I love you, honey, more than anything. Hold on. And that's it, man. I'll talk to you later, man. Just look forward for everything, all right? Because I'm Batman.